Ever wondered what else is in a marsh besides mud and mosquitoes? Find out next on the Naturalist Journal. Texas is home to over 500,000 acres of coastal marshes. These low wetland areas serve as unique transition zones between land and sea.
Coastal marshes are one type of wetland that are covered with water for some or most of the year and have plants that have adapted to living in wet soils. There are 4 types of marshes: saline, brackish, intermediate, and freshwater marshes, and they all differ depending on the concentration of salt that's in the water.
Coastal marshes are typically found where rivers flow into the ocean. The mixture of fresh water flowing downstream combining with salt water from the Gulf determines the salinity levels or amount of salt found in the marsh itself. Along the upper Texas coast, the marshes are influenced by the numerous rivers and high rainfall. Here, the marshes are mostly intermediate and fresh water. Along the lower Texas coast, where there is less rainfall and fewer rivers, brackish and salt marshes dominate. This habitat is home to thousands of species of plants and animals. In addition, these marshes are prime nurseries for numerous fish, shrimp, and crabs.
Here's one of our piggy perch. Common name is pinfish. These are good for bait when they're a little bigger. I think I just saw.
Everything from microscopic algae to adult finfish makes its home in the coastal marshes. It's also a vital feeding area for large numbers of other animals.
We do have a numerous amount of birds in this area, to the point that we've got 3 or 4 different type of birding tour boats.
The Texas coastal marshes are important for other reasons. The emergent vegetation of the marsh not only cleans the water, it stabilizes the soil and prevents erosion. Marshes also act like giant sponges, absorbing floodwaters from rivers and acting as buffers against hurricanes. But our coastal marshes, like all wetlands, are slowly disappearing. Industry, urbanization, and agricultural development have put a lot of pressure on the marshes. Changes in our rivers have also had an impact. Dams trap sediment upstream, preventing the development of new marshes. But one project in the Houston area is helping to restore vanishing marshland.
This is probably some of the most sacred real estate in the entire state of Texas, and it's washing off into the Houston Ship Channel.
At the San Jacinto State Historical Park, dredge material is being used to restore marshland that has eroded away.
As this dredge material works its way through this marsh system and the water is drained off, in its place we'll be able to plant native marsh vegetation and hopefully return this historic marsh back as close as possible to its 1836 condition.
These coastal marshes are important to Texans historically, economically, and ecologically. Preserving this vital link between the river and the sea is critical for the health of our oceans and bays.
It's a quality of life issue, really. If we want to keep beautiful areas along the coast, and if we want to keep eating our seafood, and if we want to keep protecting ourselves from storm damage, then we need to protect the coastal wetlands.